What's up, YouTube? Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure this video get at least 1,000 likes. I have a special message on today, so please share this with at least 10 people or at least one person you need to know that need to hear this, okay? I had a recent conversation about how poor people, middle class people, and wealthy people think about money. And it was discussed that poor people think about money simply as a way to pay bills. Okay, so because they're so locked in from paycheck to paycheck, from struggle to struggle, when they get money, it's oftentimes just for them to simply pay bills. Let me know if you can relate. All right, and oftentimes what happens is you see the process become a constant because, for instance, they will forfeit paying rent to maybe go to a concert. Okay, and then say that concert costs $1,500 a ticket. Okay, now you go to that concert, you have a good time, but when you get back, you're faced with an eviction, a potential dispute on where is the rent payment. But you made a decision to go to a concert versus taking care of priorities in terms of something like paying rent. Okay, middle class people, for example, they think of money as a way to enhance their credit. Okay, oftentimes the credit is just a means for them to buy more stuff. And this kind of conversation was going on, and I'm listening, and I'm thinking, and I'm wrapping my mind around what was happening. I'm just taking it all in. Okay, so you guys go along with me and let me know if you relate in any way. Okay, middle class people see money as a way to enhance their credit. Oftentimes it's a way to buy more stuff and kind of keep up with the Joneses, though. Okay, so a little different from poor people. Middle class people might not be paycheck to paycheck, or they might not be forfeiting a rent payment and facing eviction because they went to a concert. However, their decisions is to kind of look a certain way to keep up with a certain people. Okay, we call that keeping up with the Joneses. And wealthy people, they look at money as a tool to buy more assets, to build more wealth, to make more money. And they care very little about how they look. The look, or so to speak, that optical appearance, that is not their concern. Wealthy people care about, how does that bank account look? How does my assets look? How does my investment accounts look? How does my trust look? How does my will look? How does my future generations look? And that becomes the difference between the three. So today's video was about the importance of looking poor. And when I say that, guys, I'm not saying to look bummy. I'm not saying to let yourself go. As you know, and I've often shared with you guys, I am big on keeping yourself up, keeping yourself looking apart. But today's video was about not going overboard, okay? Not doing things to impress people that you don't even care about and that certainly don't care about you. That's what today's video about. Because understand this, you don't have to look rich to be rich. And oftentimes the people that look rich aren't rich. And so don't ever confuse the two. Don't ever get caught up in the bling. Don't ever get caught up in the glitz and the glam. And please don't get caught up with the stuff and the foolishness you guys see and come across on social media. Because the real wealthy and the real individuals that have properly set themselves up the right way, guys, we're not chasing certain looks. We're not chasing certain things. It's all about assets. It's all about building wealth. It's all about how can you be a blessing to other people. So quick story, guys, listen to this. In order to be promoted, you must first pass the test of being overlooked. I want you guys to write that down for me. In order to be promoted, you must first pass the test of being overlooked. Believe it or not, guys, I have lived my whole life being overlooked, despite all the things I've accomplished as a youngin' to where I'm at today, okay? However, there's a lesson in being overlooked. Number one, it builds character. When you are constantly overlooked and you're constantly seeing people praise this person or praise that person, or they're looking up to this person, and you really have to be cool with who you are. You really have to be in tune with who you are. It builds character and it builds your integrity in such a way that you start really locking in to what really matters. More importantly, it keeps you anchored in humility. When you get overlooked, sometimes it's for legitimate reasons, but sometimes it's just because the people are running with the herd. The people are going all over to those individuals because at the point in time, they may be trending. They may have a fad going on, or they may have something that is attracting the people. And so you learn to stay anchored in humility. So being overlooked is not necessarily a bad thing, but in order to be promoted, you must first pass that test, because typically you may see yourself trying to overcompensate. You may see yourself, for example, trying to buy a chain so that you can stand out, so that somebody can look your way. You may see yourself doing things to garner attention from people that don't even care about you, so to speak. You may see yourself doing things, saying things, acting a certain way, trying to keep up and attract a certain type of person because you don't like being overlooked. But in order to be promoted, you must first pass that test. You can't be used in the capacity that you are desired to be used in if you care so much about the world and what others are thinking. Don't let that go over your head, okay? Most wealthy people are unassuming, and to be honest, guys, you wouldn't even know they had wealth unless they told you. And one thing that I'm attracted to more than anything is a person that is humble. And I'm talking about the true sense of humility. I'm talking about you can be around a person, talk to him for hours, and you didn't know several key things. Talk to me, guys. Have you ever talked to somebody, met somebody that you just were so impressed with, and you didn't even know these things coming into a conversation, and they wasn't eager to just tell you, oh, I have a yacht. Oh, I have a house in Malibu. It kind of came up more naturally, more organically. I love those kind of people that's not in a rush to boast or brag or to try to toot their own horn. It just, that level of humility, that's what I talk about when I say humility. That's what I like. I like that you come across and you discover certain things about an individual, and you be like, man, you know what? I met that guy and I never knew he or she had that, did that, accomplished that. They never mentioned it, not one time. Those are my kind of people. But I notice, guys, most wealthy people have that same attribute. Many of them. Don't get it twisted. You do have your ones that are more boastful. You do have your ones that are more flamboyant. You do have your ones that are more, you know what I'm saying, look at me, take a picture of me, I want all the attention, okay? I'm not necessarily talking about them. I'm talking about that everyday millionaire. I'm talking about that everyday person next door that lives next door to you that you wouldn't even know they had what they had. Whether it's in their investments, whether it's in their savings account, whether it's in their retirement account, unless you were told directly out of their mouth, okay? That's the level of humility I'm speaking to. So keeping it low key is the way to be. Guys, you want to avoid attracting unnecessary attention to yourself. Building wealth is about a lot of things, but it's not about attracting attention to yourself. It's more or less about what are you doing to make your money work harder for you? I often talk about the thing we love about money is that money doesn't need an off day, a mental health day, a vacation day, or a sick day. That's why I often say when they sleep, we eat. You can put your money to work for you in assets that are going to continuously generate for you money long term, year after year, time and time again. That's what you want to shoot for, okay? And so keep it low key. You don't have to show off. You don't have to be in a rush to kind of spread light, shed light on everything you have, everything you own. That's not the way you want to go about your wealth building process, and that's not the type of attention you want to attract. Wealthy people are often focused on building a legacy, buying assets, and making sure future generations are taken care of. That's the goal, okay? That's the focal point. That's the whole aim each and every day, okay? So listen, guys, you have poor people, you have middle class people, you have wealthy people, okay? But reassess why it's important to look poor. The one thing that it does, it forces you. And I remember being like this too. I remember when I got so entrenched into trying to build my wealth. I'm talking about my net worth. I'm talking about having a net worth over $1 million, $2.5 million, things of that nature. I remember areas that I began to cut back in. Like, you know what? I no longer need that. I no longer need stuff. I want to buy more assets. I want to build my investment portfolio to this amount. I want to have not only the 3 to 6 months emergency fund saved that the finance gurus talk about. I want to have 12 to 36 months of emergency funds saved up. I want to have a vacation fund. I want to have a travel fund. I want to have a college fund. And you start to give yourself a different focus, which gives your money a different purpose. And that becomes a thing that become a game changer on your journey, okay? So to wrap this up, guys, let me know if you like looking poor, if you like looking low key, if you like keeping it humble, or if you like showing off and being all out in the open and letting everybody know, look at me, I got this, I got that. Which way do you prefer? And then let me know some stories or some individuals that fit the mold of what I'm talking about. That person that you know, that person that you met, that person that you read about, heard about, that you were told about, that you know what, he did X, Y, and Z, but you would have never known the way he lived his life. I want to hear all about it down in the comments below. Hopefully today's video was hopeful. Hopefully it inspires you. Hopefully you take away something from this message. Please make sure you share this with at least 10 people, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Listen, guys, we make videos like this every day, so if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result, very few consider the journey. Do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stuff using my link below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.